Hello, Lee Beckett here, and welcome to this brief video where I'd like to show you how to create a QR code. Now, I've been using QR codes for a while. In fact, I've done a couple of projects with clients where we've been using QR codes to promote their products and services. And in fact, I recently posted an entry on my blog where I offer 15 different ways to use QR codes in business, either to attract new customers or to improve customer interaction. And at the end of this video, I'll provide you with a link to that blog post if you haven't already seen it. Now, one of the things, or in fact the key thing that QR codes are very good at doing, and certainly each of those 15 methods that I offer in my blog post share, is that QR codes are great for linking the virtual or online world to the physical world. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a couple of minutes. Before we do that though, I thought it would be useful if we just have a quick look to make sure that we're all on the same page, that we know what a QR code is. And you may have seen these around in different stores and across the web over the last year or so. Originally they were used in industry, in fact they're still used in industry, to track stock, to track inventory and components. Due to the popularity of smartphones and the fact that several providers are offering free scanning software, it's now possible to download the software to your smartphone and turn a smartphone into a QR code scanner. And as a result, these QR codes have become very, very popular, and they tend to be used to drive visitors to specific web pages. So in other words, these QR codes have become visual URLs, and it's actually very, very convenient, particularly the fact that you're using a smartphone to scan them with. There's no mistyping. It's simply open up the scanner on your smartphone, point it at the code, click the button, it scans, and then the smartphone's browser will take you to the relevant URL or web page that the code creator wants to send you to. Okay, so that's how they work. That tends to be the way people are using them. Let's have a quick look how to create them. Now, to do that, you're going to need one of these. You're going to need a QR code generator. And there are several free online services that you can use to create QR codes. Probably the most popular is the Google code generator and the Bitly code generator. Personally, for no good reason, I tend to use Bitly. I was using Bitly a while ago when I first started using Twitter as a means to shorten URLs, and as a result I've carried on using Bitly to create QR codes. But let's go over to the web right now and have a quick look at both of these services to see how we can create a code. So here we are at the Google URL shortener, and we can actually use the URL shortener as the QR code generator as well. I'm going to show you how to do that. It says here in this box, paste your long URL here, so you need a URL to shorten. So I thought it'd be a good idea if I provide you with a link and then a code to the blog post I was talking about earlier. So if we just go over to my blog, and let me just move the camera to line things up in the middle. Now here is the blog post that I was talking about, 15 ways to use QR codes to improve customer interaction. And if I simply copy this long URL, I'm going to right click and copy. I'm a PC user, as you can probably tell. And if we go back to the Google URL shortener, just move the camera again for you, and I'm going to paste that long URL into this box. So right click and paste, and then if I click shorten, and as you can see, it provides me here with a shortened URL, and it says press Control C to copy. So if I Control C, now I'm going to open another tab on the browser and simply paste that into the browser up here. And if I add, this is the important bit, if I add .qr to the end of that URL and press enter, voila, there you are. We can see the QR code that gets generated by the Google code generator. Now all I have to do simply is to save this image on my PC, and I can then print it whenever I want. I can put it on sticky labels, I can make a poster with it, I could print it on a t-shirt if I wanted, and if somebody using their smartphone then decides to scan it, they will be taken to that blog post on my website. So to save the image, as I say, using a PC, I'd simply right click and then save image as, and they're calling it chart.png. I'm just going to save it as that at the moment. And there we are. We've captured that QR code, and I can now use it as a visual link to that URL. That's the Google shortener. Okay, so let's close that tab. Let's now have a look at the bit.ly service, the bit.ly code generator. And to get there, I type bit.ly in the browser, and let me just move the camera again, put it in the middle for you. And as you can see, I'm actually already logged into bit.ly in my own account. Let's just go back and grab that long URL from my blog, right click, copy, go back to bit.ly, and if I just paste it into this box, and as you can see, it automatically shortens it. And if I highlight that and copy it, Control C, and it's pretty much the same process as the Google service. If I open another tab, if I paste that URL, that shortened URL, into the browser, Control V, I'm going to add .qr to the end of it. And there we are. As you can see, bit.ly actually offer a slightly nicer interface than Google. You get this little bit.ly fish and a bigger code, but the process is simply the same. You just save that file. So if I right click and then save image as, they give it a name. I'm just going to save it as that. If I click yes and save it on my PC. That's it. That's how to create a QR code using either the Google code generator or the bit.ly code generator. At the beginning I promised you a link to that video. If you can't scan this QR code, and you may not be able to on this video because it might be a little bit too small and there may not be enough detail in it, here's the link now. You can just click on this link and it'll take you to that blog post if you haven't already been there. Thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon.